Hey everyone, it's been 3 years, 7 months and 19 days since I last uploaded a video to this channel. I think it's time for a catch up. Hey guys, so this is the first time I have posted to this channel in almost 4 years. So as they say, time flies when you're having fun. I don't even know where all the time has gone, but I have an explanation why I don't post that often on the channel. So we'll start off with that. When I created the channel, the primary purpose was to create a resource that you could come to and, you know, anxiety free, no other noise around you. You just tune in and you listen to my experience, but listen to, my story, learn about the facts that I've sort of curated and learned over the years, decades or so, and from myself, but also engaging with other people with BFS. So really it was to create a resource in as few videos as possible. And I've got like the FAQ, I've got, the introduction, I've got, videos on how to reduce twitching and so on. So I think I covered all the bases. I really think that everything was covered. So I didn't feel the need to continue just to come here and talk, pretty much what I'm doing right now, but I didn't think it was required. I didn't think it was needed. But now I just think that there's more to talk about. Okay, so I think that we can talk about more than just BFS. I get so many comments, and I'm pointing this way because that's the direction of my computer screens, but I get so many comments, every week, daily, certainly monthly. It's lots. And there's so many views and people interacting. It's great to get the comments, and I do apologize right now in advance. Well, not really in advance, but I'm apologizing that, I don't reply to all your comments. There's just so many of them, and I haven't really been tuned in. I kind of made the resource, made the channel, then kind of left it thinking, hey, it's doing its job, it's fine. So that's kind of how I've been viewing it. So I haven't been ignoring anyone intentionally. I haven't been, dismissing anything or not paying attention. I actually read everything. Every comment comes by me, I read them. Whether I'm, just having a cup of tea, whatever, I'm scanning through them, I do read them. Some I reply to as well. If I pick up on something that someone's really anxious about something, I try my best to reply. A lot of people will find their way to the Facebook group, and the Facebook group has roughly 7,500 members now, so it is growing. I wouldn't say exponentially, but it's a pretty dramatic curve from its humble beginnings. And we've got a great team of admins there who, have been just dedicating their time to helping you. But the idea of the Facebook group is that we just wanted to create a safe place for people to come and talk and share experiences. That's the purpose, so that you're not alone. You can see 7,500 other people. A lot of people will come and go, but they do stay members, and there's a core element that will always be active. So posts every single day. It's a very active group. So I recommend that, visit that group if you need some interaction that's quick and you want to speak to other people and get their opinions on what you're going through, or do you just want to go and read. It's a really good group, really, really good. Not just saying that because it's my group, there are other groups as well. And when I say my group, look, I have to give a shout out to Leanne, Ellen. They've been there since the beginning, okay? Leanne actually was the person that I spoke to many, many years ago when I was kind of in a bad place. So Leanne was doing this before I was helping people. She was helping people for goodness knows how long before that. So a big shout out to those two people, and Ellen's been great as well. She's been there for years and years, just, helping people, moderating. I just have to give them a shout out. They do a great job. We make a good team. And they're lovely people as well. be thankful for meeting nice people through these experiences, and they are standout people. So, you know, if you ever need to reach out to someone, reach out to me on the group, reach out to them, or just the regular members, but great bunch of people. What else can I talk about? I'm not just coming here to waffle, by the way. That's not the intention. I just wanted to come and say thank you. I wanted to let you know that I'm okay. And I'll tell you why I'm saying okay. I'm going to look at my screen just for a second, and I'm going to read out some comments. Let's have a look and see. The reason I'm doing this is because I get a lot of people who come to the channel and they will say, thanks for the video. There's others who will say, you haven't posted in a while, are you okay? And I know what they're thinking. They're fearing the worst, that I've succumbed to BFS, this totally benign issue. But I'm not laughing at them by any means, but I'm just laughing at the concept, okay? So the very first, as I hammer this home all the time, the very first letter is B for benign. You're not going to succumb to this, okay? Let me just quickly glance down. I should have had this prepared, but it's on the fly. Do you still post on this channel? Yes, I do. I will just give that a thumbs up and I will comment on that shortly, but I'll do it right now. How have you been? We need an update. And that came from Bob. So I've been great. I've just been super busy. What more can I say? I've just been busy living life, trying to do things that I enjoy every day. The older I get, the less time I seem to have for my own hobbies, my own things, you know, kids, you know, you're ferrying them around. It turns into, you're like the taxi driver. And then you're working all the time. You travel with work, whatever. You know the story if you're a parent. So these are all part and parcel of the reasons I don't really post that often. But the core one, without a doubt, is the fact that I thought I'd already said everything that needed to be said regarding BFS. So let me just scroll down. Thank you from Italy. Do you still post? Let's see. Thanks for your videos. Really appreciate it. Great page. Somebody talking about they're going down the rabbit hole. That's a Ryan Kirkby. And he's not going to lie, he fell into, you know, a deep rabbit hole of fear, anxiety, all of the rest of it. And he comes back to this page, this particular post, and he gets reassured. That is what it's for. And I'm so pleased that some of you are taking it and commenting and reacting and getting the intended purpose of this whole channel, whole video. Thank you so much. Can you please share your choices in diet? Look, I'm just going to go through some of these. There is no silver bullet. I used to run a lot. If you look at me in the old videos from 4 years ago, I'm a little thinner. That's because I used to run quite a lot. I could have done about 120 kilometers in a month. And right now I have done none in years. Maybe 3 years, no running, maybe 2 years, no running at all. My diet, I pretty much just eat balanced diet. So I'll eat fruit, veg, maybe not a lot of fruit, but I eat some fruit, but I do eat veg pretty much every day. I always take veg. I will eat meat, I'll eat fish. So as I've said, it's pretty much balanced. I feel that works for me. Could I eat healthier? Yeah, I could eat healthier. I try to save takeaways and fast foods for weekends. But you know, you'll come to that midweek day that nothing's been planned, and then you end up eating a pizza. I don't know. Look, I don't look into it too much. I probably should. If you've got any advice for me, please, you know where to leave the comment. Let me know. Let's scroll on down. Yeah, so I've actually, since COVID, I've had a few people here talking about twitches after the vaccine or after COVID. I'm not really going to talk about this one too much, and I'm going to leave it completely balanced and open-ended. But the reality is, this could be possible either way. It could have triggered your twitching, it could have amplified it if you had a vaccine, or if you got sick from COVID without a vaccine. I say this because in my previous videos, I have made a correlation that, you know, being sick can amplify them or twitch them. Sorry, not twitch them, can amplify it or trigger your twitches. So this is the same thing. Getting COVID, you're being sick, getting the vaccine could have the same kind of effect on your body, triggering a reaction to it. So I don't want to get into a controversial topic on that. And quite frankly, I know nothing about either cases in great depth because I try to stay out of that, and I know it's very polarized. So yeah, look, it could have happened from either, but don't fear. No different than any other illness that triggers these events for people. Some people also have children, and being such a huge life event, that can trigger it. Changing jobs, that can trigger it. Being put through a tough, maybe something in life, a death in the family, all of these huge events in life can trigger illnesses, can trigger your mental health, well-being, BFS, all kinds of impacts. So, keep that in mind, guys. You'll probably be able to trace it back to an event. It's quite a common thing to do. I'm not saying one size fits all, but you may be able to trace it back to an event. Somebody else, am I okay? Yes. And there's somebody else, I think it's a Daniel, asking, hey, how are you? It's been 11 months since your last video. Well, I've got news for you. It's been 3 years and 7 months since my last video, and I'm still good. I actually noted that I did reply to this guy at some point, letting him know I was okay. But again, this is the kind of post that I get. Okay, I'm going to read out this one because I always remember this one, and with particular interest in this. Again, this is on my most recent video, 2 years ago. The username is called the Ercilio. I should be wearing my glasses. Anyway, impressive channel. You're doing a great job. Being an MD myself, I can say BFS is rarely diagnosed, though thus not well known or understood in the medical community because its clinical presentation overlaps SSD, which is somatic symptom disorder, and a good physician would rather treat for that. So what that comment is saying is that good doctors would identify SSD and they would look at that as a broader umbrella, and that is what they end up treating for. However, if you tune down into that, as this guy says, sadly, the internet community doesn't discuss BFS from a mental health perspective, and you're amongst the rare cases that does. SSD is generally treatable, and people don't realize that. So I'm not giving advice. This guy says he's an MD. We'll take his word for it at face value. Look into SSD, look into that disorder, speak to your doctor. Maybe you can get some support on that, because this is all about support, guys. Whatever works for you, seek that channel, and don't be afraid to research and find out what does work for you. I encourage that. Free thinking, just search for it. If it's not bothering you, don't waste your life. I say that, it's like I'm just contradicting myself in a way, but don't go down the rabbit hole searching and searching and searching. What I did was I just tried to filter it out, and I have done that incredibly successfully. I don't feel my twitches anymore. I rarely feel them. Only maybe if I'm not well or I'm super tired, you might notice it, or if you get a hot spot. But hey, I just shrug it off because that's all it is. When you don't fear something, it becomes background noise. When it becomes background noise, it just gets less and less and less important to you, and your focus, your brain will just filter it right down to ground level noise. And that's what I've done. Now, if I sit here right now and I wait for a twitch, I'm going to feel them everywhere. I'm going to feel them in my calves and so on. But I just don't go to that level, and I'm not going to do it even today because I know that it will happen and I don't need to feel it. So I'll look down a couple more. Some people talk about vitamins, use vitamin B12 and vitamin supplements. I talk about that in one of my other posts. And yeah, still more of the COVID people. And you know what? COVID was a huge thing to happen globally. So of course, lots of people will believe that that is a common denominator, but this has been around a long, long time before. So it might have been for you, but it could very well be something else, and COVID's just the obvious glaring one, but whenever you think about the broader spectrum, there could be other factors that have actually contributed. Yeah, I don't think I need to read more. I'm looking down at, there's people leaving super long messages, people who say they can't sleep with the twitches, etc. So, bit of advice, as I've said, just try your best to reduce the anxiety, reduce the fear, reduce the uncertainties, and then you will be able to sleep better. You will be able to relax. You'll be able to do everything that you did before without actually thinking. So my advice is go out into the world, you know, do things that you love every day, okay? The most precious and valuable commodity that you will ever have, any of us will ever have, is time. We can never get that back. So do not waste your time worrying. You do that, you'll get to the end of the road and you'll realize that you spent all your good years worrying about something that never happened. Take that on board. Rewind it, play it back, keep rewinding it, play it back. That is really, really important, guys. I know that you're here because you've got BFS or you've got the anxiety. Either way, apply that to everything that you worry about. Do not worry. It changes nothing. If you're going to think about something, think about a game plan, execute it. Simple. Do not spend your time worrying in a circle with no end game, with no strategy, with no solution. Okay? So don't waste your time worrying, because it often is just a repeatable cycle that just compounds everything that you're worried about, whether it's health anxiety, whether it's insomnia, your job, social anxiety, whatever that is. The more you think about it, the more you worry about it, the greater the compounding effect is. So please try your best to reprogram your mind and forget about that whole thing of, you know, repetitive cycles of thoughts, and try your best not to worry. Easier said than done, I know, I've been there, but you can program it. If I can do it, you can do it, let's do it. And maybe that's what this channel should be about. There is a broader spectrum of topics that we can discuss. Things like this, you know, meditation. Have you tried to meditate? That's a good thing for life. I know a guy that meditates and he swears by it. He also does cold water dipping or swimming at the sea. You know, he's bonkers. He goes in with his beanie hat on and yeah, he's submerged in the freezing water, and it's pretty cold here in Ireland. But he swears by it. The same guy meditates. So let's talk about better well-being, mental health, motivation. Let's turn this around. 2024, let's do more, okay? That rhymes. I didn't mean it to rhyme. I didn't make that slogan up beforehand, I swear. So let's do more on this channel. I just want to have a bit of fun with this, guys. I don't want it to be a dredge of just BFS, BFS, BFS. I know that's how you've found me, but let's just talk about more, okay? I'm here to help. Leave your comments on this post, on the other post, whatever it is, and you know, maybe I'll start to answer some of those on this. A wild card, I'll put it out there if you have got this far listening to me. So I was thinking about potentially opening up like a call-in where I might call someone, they call me, and we talk about a topic. That topic could be BFS, it could be mental health, it could be just motivation, it could be anything. And it's about just engaging and, you know, a podcast, okay? So that's what I've been thinking. I have the equipment to do it. I can make this happen. What do you think? Would you like to talk to me? Would you like to talk to someone else? Get a group of people on a call? I don't know. Look, it's a wild thing to think about, but I think it'll be fun. And, you know, I just want to help you guys with anything that we can do to help each other. Let's do it. If us talking about a topic helps others, again, it's a result, okay? So using this digital media to help people is scalable. You know, we have the conversation one day, we put a little bit of time in, this might be 10 minutes, whatever, me talking to you. If that can help you, it's you know, it's up there, the best 10 minutes spent, you know, of my life, of my year, helping others. That is the big reward, knowing that, you know, anything that I have said has brought you some comfort, given you a different insight. That's what makes me tick. That's what motivates me to spend my time setting up this recording. Anyway, it's not about me. So leave some comments. Let me know what you think about the new concept idea. I'd love to come on here and talk more. I'd love to interact with you guys more, answer some of your messages here, read them out and so on, just in the format that we've done. If that's going to work, let me know. Yeah, and I'm not sure what else to say. So on that note, I'm out of here, and I hope to be back an awful lot sooner than 3 years, 7 months and 19 days. See you later.